Boy, that must have been a big tree. Hi guys, let's have some fun, shall we? So, have a few things to do today. List is relatively short, but we might be spending a good bit of time on some of the things. So, oh, there's the key. So these aromatic lumps, they are, oh no, don't actually want that yet. They're really quite effective. I knew they were somewhat more effective than royal jelly, but apparently they're much more effective. So I've been putting them in my one swarmer here, and let's just go scoop out some swarm hives and see what we get. So let's see. Oh, I'm also doing some tree breeding. I'll talk about that in a bit. So they just pop up all over the place. So one, this will be fun. And hover. Come on, get it. 2, good. 3. Nope, oh. I'm just getting the ones in the trees now, and not even looking elsewhere. 4. You know what? Let me, this will take a little while. Let me speed up this part of the video, and I'll show you what we get. Alright, I'm not sure if that's all of them, but had to empty my inventory a couple of times, so that's 50. 50 swarmer bees we got. So the number we need is, we need 9 pages of apiarist's chest. So we need just less than 2 apiarist's chest full of these to get our floor full of explorer bees going. Now, I am, these are all glacial princesses, and that's just because I happened to stick my swarmer in this one alveoli. It probably would have been smarter to to get a bee the way I wanted it already and put the swarmer in that alveoli. But I didn't do that, so we're going to have a lot of inoculation ahead of us with these. So in order to do that, I'd like to set up a system to automatically manage these machines and basically just keep them stocked with bees and serum. So when a serum runs out, resynthesize it and repurify it, then put it back in the inoculator. And the gene pool would get fed any excess drones from this setup. Probably won't actually be enough. I'll have to give it some liquid DNA from elsewhere because, you know, these all have very long lifespans. So, and since we're on hardcore mode, you only get so many extra drones. So I'll probably have to get some more drones from elsewhere. But anyway, so I messed with these machines a little bit. These 3 are easy. Gene pool, synthesizer, and purifier are no problem. The inoculator, though, oh hey, since I have some aromatic lumps on me, let's just put them in here. The inoculator is much more of a pain. It seems like it's not really meant to be automated, or I don't know. So let's see, what was the problem with this? Right, the serum. So how did it work? I can't discriminate which side I'm extracting from. Like, I can specify, I think a router can get at these slots and put into or pull out of them specifically, but this doesn't count as an inventory slot. The only way to pull out of here is to pull from a side of this, and And when you do that, you also get all the bees out. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of trickery to make that work, but I think it's going to be possible. I'll probably put this in the bottom floor of my bee building. But yeah, the idea would just be that you'd feed it a whole lot of bees, like this whole chest full, and one serum, and it would just, manage all that for you. Because normally I'd have to manually put the serum into the synthesizer and, make sure it has enough liquid DNA, which it always does, because this goes a really long way. Then manually put it into the purifier, then put it into the inoculator, make sure all my bees are inoculated with their stuff properly. I'll talk about these in a moment. They're not actually for fireworks, even though they're celebratory. I actually just put that... Well, let's talk about them now since we started. We're basically done with this. We're not going to actually set this up on camera because it's going to be way too fiddly. But I'll mention it now, and we'll do it before next episode. In fact, let me... I'll leave these in here. So those bees there in that inoculator are going to be my pollination bees, because I don't actually... Let's see, I was giving you largest territory. Let's get you going with maximum flowering and get this synthesizing. Because I don't actually have anything all that good for pollination, for tree pollination right now. I'm running these bees. These are like really old bees that I've been running for a really long time, and I don't even really need their resources out here. Like I have all those types in this bee building too, and they're producing what I need. But I'm just running these right now because they are able to pollinate stuff. All the bees in here have non-pollination serum on them, which means they don't affect flowers or trees in the area. So and a lot of the bees out here are like that too. I think, are these? Yeah, flowers, none. So yeah. I think for most of the ophthalmic bees, I actually gave them that just because I was getting annoyed with these flowers spreading everywhere. There were way more of them than any other type of flower in the area. But yeah, so I don't have a lot of bees pollinating trees, so I'm just trying to turn those, they're celebratory because I don't want any products from them. I just want them to run for their effect. I'll probably do the same thing to my glacial bees, give them, well, actually it won't matter for those because they're not even going to be running. They'll just be sitting there looking for flowers and using their effect. So I'll have to do some other trickery once that no longer works, but for now I'm going to take advantage of it. Let's see, scoop goes in here. So yeah, just trying to get some really good pollinating bees. I'll probably get a bunch of these and run them in one place where that'll be my tree breeding area. Maybe I'll just make my front yard my tree breeding area, because I was thinking I could actually take these down right about now. I don't need them for much of anything. The only one I really... Let's see, what do I use this for? I used to run bees here when I didn't have enough alvearies for them, but I think I have enough for everything I want to do now, because I made all the rest of my alvearies, and I had to move these walls in one because I did them wrong the first time. But yeah, that worked fine. These stained glass panes or blocks were a pain because I had to use pistons to move them around, because you can't actually pick them up either with a gravity gun or with silk touch or anything that I know of. And I didn't want to remake them, so I just pistoned them over. Oh yeah, I got invincible bees. They're producing tungsten for me. Working on radioactive out there so I can get some uranium. We should do some more stuff with nuclear power. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about a couple of other changes that I had made in here. I'm using routers now, all over the place. Wow, I have 5 of them in here, because I just wanted to get rid of all the pneumatic tubes. I didn't like the way they looked. I didn't like how slowly stuff moved through them. We talked about the problems that they had with frames before, and I have done it. It took a little bit of fiddling in each case. This one was pretty easy. So we used to have a filter? Yeah, a filter and a timer here. So the filter would pull combs out of this chest and move them to these centrifuges. And that mostly worked. The main problem with that was that every once in a while the timer would forget to tick. Like I'd log in, then a while later look in this chest and be totally full because the timer just would not be going. And I could never figure out why that was. So hopefully this will be a little bit more stable. So this just extracts from the chest. What do I have? Yeah, this is a machine filter. That's what a silver chest is called. and it ejects to south. Oh, yeah, dark noises in here. Yeah, I learned that those sides are color-coded. So south is the green side, which is the one you can't see here, and goes to this router, which inserts into slot 0 whatever it gets in its inventory. And that does a really good job at distributing it between centrifuges. It works differently than a relay, but, you know, performs the same effect and actually does a little better. So that's the first place I replaced them. Then I started looking at this right here, because, you know, we used to have this long pneumatic tube going all along there that took quite a while to get to the end. This is only kind of better. It's a bit janky down below. I'll show you what I did. Because, so the trick is that I had a relay here. It was filling up when I had my flux bees running and lots of aspects were being produced. Oh, actually, that's another thing I changed. Aspects just go straight into the ME chest now, which I found out you can power on its own. You don't need an ME controller, but this is just hooked up to my MJ line here, so I don't have to use my redstone energy cell for it. So that solves a few problems for me. So the way this is set up, this has to have exactly one inventory for each item. Like, there can't be any empty inventory spaces, or things that should go into their own barrel or deep storage unit would end up in there, even with the thoroughness upgrade, since thoroughness doesn't actually work properly. And to keep this from overflowing, since it only has one slot in it, and, you know, things could come in quickly enough to sort of jam up here. Like, I'd have some lapis in there, the honey drop would try to go in, and then it would just pop out because the lapis hadn't moved to its barrel yet. So what I did, this is a bit gross, but I have an iron pipe down here to make sure items can't flow back. Then a diamond pipe with no filters set on it, trying to go into the router. And another route on the diamond pipe off to the side that leads to another iron pipe that just bounces things right back. And a gold pipe to make sure they speed along. So, you know, it's a random chance here whether it'll try to go into the router or go to one of the sides, whichever one it's not coming from, and just end up bouncing back. So eventually it'll decide to try to go into the router, and there'll be space, and it goes. So if we ever fill up one of these barrels or get a new item in here, they're just going to bounce back and forth forever in here. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. That's the only... Well, other than the randomness, that's the only real flaw with this. I'm not really sure how I could do that better. I imagine there's a better way somehow, but I have not been able to think of it. I could put a hopper up here, but I don't think the hopper would... well, there's a couple of problems with that. This needs to... Since this is putting into both deep storage units and barrels, I can't use a machine filter on it. I mean, I can have one router for deep storage units and one for barrels, I suppose, but then I'd have to split up the items in between those. Well, that wouldn't be too hard, just one diamond pipe, since I only have a few deep storage units. But anyway, yeah, Hopper wouldn't put items into the router as quickly as it needs to put stuff into barrels, I think. Anyway, so that's what I did there. That works. And then finally, oh, you'll notice the corner of the wall looks a little weird here. I'll explain what these are in a second. Finally, I wanted to replace the, most of all, I wanted to replace the pneumatic tubes that were taking frames into here with routers. And I asked you guys last episode if there was anything like a factorization pipe that could connect inventories that didn't have an inventory of its own. And also asked on the Feed the Beast forums. As far as I can tell, there really isn't. You just have to use items that have inventories to connect machines to a router network. So I've done that. These are crystallizers. I picked things that were not super expensive and that looked kind of like the blocks around them. This was the closest I could get to concrete, and it's actually pretty close. It's, yeah, up here for wooden, to match the birch wood, I used barrels. That was the closest I could get. Tried a couple of other things, but yeah, a barrel is, you know, it's cheap. I just put a piece of cobblestone in here just in case they ever get any frames in them somehow. But I do have a machine filter making sure that the frames only go to Tile Extra B Alveary, which is frame housing. I don't know why it calls it that. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, I just put a frame into the wrong place. I should not have messed with that. Let's, that's going to come out. Okay, we're actually going to see this in... Oh, no, we're not, because the frame will just end up in here. Okay. Yeah, so this is what happens if an item gets in here that doesn't... That's not a comb and is not specified in here. Oh, I had to add another route to this because I'm getting more items than I could filter there. But anyway, that all works. It just ends up in a centrifuge, and I have to go fish it out manually. Anyway, now these are kind of slow. I don't know why... Oh, okay. All the frames are in the frame housings now. Good. When it was still just filling them up, I noticed it would take... There was a big delay between the time this would extract one frame and would extract another. I don't know why that was. I gave these both the speed boost, and that didn't make any difference at all. So I don't know what was up with that. But anyway, so apart from these crystallizers, most of the piping, so to speak, is made of furnaces. Because furnaces are nice and cheap. They're all as well hidden as they can be in this wall. And they just run all along here. Just a big long pattern sort of snaking its way along the wall all the way around. And it terminates at this alveary here. And you know, the reason I need these barrels is because at the corner there, it's not actually touching that. So that is working quite well, and it removes the delay that that an untreated frame would normally have going through the pneumatic tube network. Now the furnaces, I couldn't hide them everywhere. I'll have to do something here because I don't think I can move these down because that's exposed to the Yeah, so I can't put them down there and have them be hidden. I guess I could replace them with crystallizers and move them down there. It's a lot of crystallizers, though. Each one of those takes a cauldron, which is a fair bit of iron. Not sure I want to use that much iron in that for something that's really just decorative. Really, I'd like a block with an inventory that is kind of endstone looking, but I don't think I'm going to be able to find one of those. Anyway, that's probably... Wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, right, that's one of those protrusion things. Anyway, that's enough talking about this building. Let's do something else, maybe. Oh, I have this working on... apparently silver ore makes both silver and lead, large amounts of it. So it seems like this is by far the best way to process silver ore. And it works okay when you have multiple types in here. It's not perfect, because it's not quite balanced out, but it does its job. Had this thing earlier making me a lot of logic matrices because they take a while to produce. Where'd they go? There they are. Anyway, what else are we up to? Okay, so I lost my nice sword, or rather, no, I do still have the sword that I was using. It just has only 3 hits on it left. And I wasn't able to get up to a high enough level to repair it, at least not easily. So I got kind of impatient and decided to take another route to getting new looting 3 swords. So this is what I'm using now. And there's actually a really easy way to do that. So if you have 4 steel leaf from the Twilight Forest, you'll find them in Minotaur mazes or, Hollow Hill chests, places like that. And you craft a steel leaf sword, it comes with looting too. So what I did was I just crafted 2 of those, combined them in an anvil, then used an uncrafting table to turn it diamond, and there you go. And I used some books I had around to get it up to sharpness 5. So that's cool. If you ever need looting 3 and happen to have some steel leaf around, that's a nice, easy way to do it. And if you have steel leaf, you should also be able to find an uncrafting table so you can change the material of your thing. So that is all that was. Now, I'd like to play around a little bit with some XReliquary stuff. So I went into my scrap building earlier and found a bunch of scrap boxes all over the floor because the system had jammed up, because my rotten flesh barrel was full. And I've since then put a void pipe down there. I'm not actually going to get in there and show you, but yeah, this diamond pipe filters to a void pipe for rotten flesh now. Now I'll have to do that for any others of these that are stacking up too much. I already have the wooden items going to this generator just to provide this with a bit of extra power. Oh yeah, there goes one now. Now, I could maybe have rotten flesh go to an industrial centrifuge, get methane out of that, put it in a gas turbine for a little bit of extra power, but I think that's probably not worthwhile. Let's just void pipe it. It's too much effort to set that up and too little return. But in the process of doing that, I sort of pulled a bunch of rotten flesh out of the barrel just to get the system going again. I have too much of it now. So I was thinking, let's try and do something with it. So I would like to make an alkahest, which is different from the tome of alkahest, and I want to see what it can actually do, because you can craft lots of different items with it, and I think it gives you stuff if you do that. So I'm going to make a dragon egg, because that's part of the recipe, and my other one's already tied up at the dragon egg energy siphon over there, and I wouldn't want to use it in a recipe anyway. So this is a second tome of alkahest. I have my main one in the chest over there, so I still have that. So now we have the alkahest. Oh, that doesn't consume it. Well, okay. Now we have two of those for no reason. I figured it would consume it. So this can just be crafted with all sorts of stuff. Let's see what a stack of rotten flesh does. It gives me 1 lapis. Okay, so we can trade rotten flesh for lapis. 1 stack to 1 lapis gem. Very interesting. Okay. And we have bees producing lapis for us, but this at least lets us turn rotten flesh into something more useful other than power. So yeah, I just wanted to see what that would do. I think different items, if you craft them with this, will give you redstone too, which we also have bees producing for us, so that's neither of those are a big deal. Mostly I just wanted to get the rotten flesh out of here and, feel like I'd done something with it instead of just tossing it. Let's see what a stack of dirt gives us. And I'm just curious about a few various low-value items and what they'll do. Is it all going to be 1 lapis? 1 redstone for a stack of dirt. 1 lapis for a stack of gravel. Okay, let's try, what about cobblestone? Oh, hey, get off the ground, I want you. Cobblestone is redstone, okay. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I give this, 63 cobblestone, what's it going to do? Okay, it does nothing. It just destroys stuff. What if I give it 1 more? No, it has no memory. Okay, so you have to get it a full stack or else it'll do nothing. Netherrack? Oh, I do have a use for netherrack. 1 redstone. Okay. Yeah, not enough items. Doesn't actually show you those recipes. It just shows that it'll give you the alkahest back. So yeah, that's a way to get some extra redstone and lapis by destroying items we don't want. Not at a very great conversion rate, but it gives us something to do with them, just so we don't have to throw them away entirely. So another XReliquary item that should come in very handy for me when I'm dealing with stuff in the nether is this salamander's eye. I'm going to put it in my action bar, and I believe it does what the tooltip says: dispels blaze fireballs, reflects gas fireballs, and puts out fires. So let's go visit our quarry and see how that's doing. I am quarrying out more space in the nether just so that I'll get better spawn rates in the wither skeleton farm. So let's go visit it and and see if we can run into a blaze or... Oh, hey, I just thought of something I actually need with me doing this. There's a blaze spawner that's in the crosshairs of my current quarry that I'd like to rescue using a gravity gun. I've actually already done that to one. You might have noticed I've stashed it away close to my... oh, speaking of which, the minecart in there is here when it shouldn't be. Close to my portal. So we'll have a little collection of them. So I will see you when I get in there. I've actually just stopped using the minecart because I always have my jetpack with me when I come in here, unless I forget. I want to make sure I don't forget. And it's quicker, and I don't have to worry about fire bats or ghasts blowing up my minecart as I go along here. I'll bet this has already taken out the blaze spawner. It sure has. Well, too late for that. It was right here. This led straight to it. Okay. So, blaze spawner gone. Man, didn't realize I'd left this running for so much longer. Oh yeah, that's going to be all lava filled, isn't it? Yep. Oh well. That's fine. You going to take out that block? Hopefully it does. Yeah, so that's actually almost done. It's pretty much time to move it. I don't even know what it's digging down there. It must have found a cave that it can get to around that lava. I think. Anyway, so Right, let's find a ghast. I heard one a moment ago, and see if this salamander's eye dispels his fireballs. I think you just have to have it in your action bar. Oh, hey, let's try this fire. Fire's still burning. Okay, it has to be in my hand. Okay, it has to be in my hand for fires. What about blaze and ghast fireballs? Let's try some of those. This stupid lighting glitch. I've fixed it multiple times, but it still comes back. Ah, well. Maybe we'll be able to show the top layer of this actually working, since it failed so horribly for us last time. Yeah, wither skeleton right there. Okay, so see, the top layer does work. I asked last episode, or some episode or another, whether there was a way to filter out particular types of mobs. One commenter told me that there's an item from Minecraft Reloaded called a genotyper, which is similar to the chronotyper, but it must not be in the version that I'm using, so hopefully that'll be something we can do in the future, because that'd be great. Like, if I could just stick a bunch of them in this wall and just have, you know, zombie pigmen and other stuff dropped out the side, that'd be pretty awesome. Railcraft can probably also do it. Oh, wait, no. That's Steve's carts. There's, let's see, detector... Oh! Detector age. So there's your chronotyper. Detector animal or mob. Okay, detector mob. So presumably that would let me sort different mob types just like the villager detector does. So we can maybe do that. Okay, so if this is just on my action bar, let's see what these guys' fireballs do to me. Okay, they can still do it. Alright, so that went out immediately when I did that. I have to have it in my hand for it to work. Shoot at me. Neat. That's pretty cool. Okay, so if I... Oh, I hear a ghast. Let's see if we can find him. So I do have to have it in my hand, which means I can't use a sword on those guys. That's a bit inconvenient. But at least for stray ghasts, we can... Oh, I want to go out here. We can deal with their fireballs a little easier. I wonder if it reflects it toward them. No, just wherever I'm looking. Okay. Oh, it put it out. Interesting. Well, I don't know what it did there. Alright, so it's still a little tough to aim. Let's see if I can hit this guy. There we go. Alright, so that's a little easier. Nope, fail. Nope, too low. Where'd it go? It's gone. So sometimes it makes it disappear. Sometimes it... Oh yeah, that made it disappear that time. That's weird. I wonder how it decides. Can I catch his gunpowder? No, I think I missed it. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go back... Oh, actually, let's see what this quarry's gotten. I'm curious. Because it looks like it's almost done with what it was doing. But it's still going something. Okay, a bunch of nether brick, pyrite. Pyrite seems rare, like weirdly rare. I get way more cinnabar and sphalerite than pyrite. I mean, yeah, look at all this cinnabar, all this sphalerite, and only, what was it? Less than half a stack of pyrite. I don't know why that is. Anyway, and yeah, we've built up a lot of netherrack again, so we can do what we planned to do with that originally. Anyway, I'm gonna go back home, and we'll work on our villager trading post some more. Man, look at that node. It's almost up to 500 now. I'm just gonna leave these going for pretty much forever and see how strong the node gets. Anyway, yeah. So I basically figured out figured out what I was doing wrong last episode. The plain old booster track. There's a lava pool down here. Keep hearing it bubble as I walk over it. The plain old booster track wasn't doing the job here, but there's another item called a boarding track, which is made like that, which does it. So if I want to pull out a villager here, let's see, how do I do this? If I just dispense a minecart, it should do it, right? Yeah. And what do I have this set to? I can't get at it without breaking something, can I? Nope. This is just set to, okay, any villager. Yeah, so yeah, boarding track does the job there. It's directional, like there's little arrows on it, and you can just sort of barely see right there. So it says go, well, one arrow, go this way when you go somewhere. So, what I want to do is I want to set up holding cells for each type of villager. and detectors for all of them. And then maybe we'll work on the zombification chamber a little bit, because I'm not actually sure how that's going to work. I noticed there was this zombie syringe, which sounds like what I would want. Like, if I could just inject them with that and turn them into a zombie, that'd be great. It sounded like it wouldn't do the job for me, but actually, just in case it does, let's give it a try. I'm gonna make one of those and try using it on this guy and see if it turns him into a zombie. All right, let's see if we can zombify this guy. No. Can't even use it on him. Okay, well that answers that question. Yeah, it sounded like what this was actually for is it's a replacement for the... Oop, wow. Can't type while I'm not... my fingers are in the wrong place. Replacement for the growth hormone syringe, which can be used to turn a baby animal into an adult, but it also has a chance of turning him into a zombie. But it's for use on baby animals, from what I understand, so can't use it here. Okay, so we'll just have to figure out a way to get a zombie to attack these guys. Make sure the zombie doesn't get affected by the grinder, but that these do. So that's going to be a tricky one. But first, let me do a little bit of building. Just get this guy out of my way. Sorry. Do a little bit of building, get some holding chambers set up, and then we'll take a look at what that looks like. Alright, I'm totally just improvising this, so looks and layout are likely to change, but let's see if this at least works for getting villagers that are sorted this way unloaded. Now I'm going to have to do something to route the minecart back in here. Actually, hang on, let me try something first. I want to see if it's possible to push a cart back over this. No, okay, the boarding track just pushes it forward. What if I unpower it? I want to see if I can get the minecart back into that. No. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. If it's continuously powered, will it always suck up a minecart, or do I have to give it a pulse? Have to give it a pulse, okay. So if there's a minecart there, it'll suck it up. If there isn't, it'll put one out. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I gotta get minecarts back into this somehow. I could also probably do something with, like, an obsidian pipe on top of it. But anyway, let's see if we can... Yeah, let's see if we can get a villager in here. See what happens when I do this. Okay, we got an apiarist, and... oh, doesn't make it up. Okay, well, there's problem number one. So we can fix that pretty easily. Here, just stop. Good. So we'll just put a booster track here. Yeah, here. And here. Why not? And a lever down here. Okay, let's try this again. Up you go, and yep, disposal track does its job. Minecart falls off there. Beautiful. So let me see if I can figure out how to route that back into the cart dispenser, and then we can do something with this holding cell, maybe. Man, I'm actually really short on green dye. I need a bunch to make... I need more switch motors, and they take green wool as part of their recipe. Let's see. So I should probably get some... oh, Okay, now I'm curious. What about this liquid dye stuff? Okay, so 25 millibuckets of molten green dye in there. Yeah, so I can get bees that produce these forest drops. I have some that produce black dye for me. But yeah, I don't have a very good cactus farm or anything. Okay, so molten green dye. Let's see how much... Okay, so you get 5 times as much. That's pretty interesting. Let's give that a shot. Okay, magma crucible and liquid transposer. Okay, so we're going to put... so you get 5 times as much. Let's go for 60 green wool in there. Ooh, it's speedy. and see if this works. I need some wool. That's over here. Okay, so this is kind of slow, but it looks like it'll let me stretch my die a whole lot farther if I ever need to. So I'll just do that to get some green wool, and I'll make my switch motors for what I need them for, and we'll continue building. Alright, I'm sure there are much better ways of doing this. I'll figure them out at some point, but I'm just trying to get this minecart to loop back around and go back into the dispenser over there somehow. So after they go over the... Oh, maybe I didn't even show this. This is a suspended track and disposal track. That's what unloads the villagers. Yeah, so they go up here. Villager gets unloaded. Then it'll come around here. I just put this here because I'm imagining having a row of these things going this way. So all the empty carts would come back along this track. So I don't know how many booster tracks I'm going to need here, but I know empty minecarts take more than full ones. So hopefully that'll be enough to get them over to here. It just looks dark, so I'm going to light it up a bit. So yeah, I have a detector rail here. I don't know if that'll actually put it into there, but if it manages to, then that'll suck it out and put it in there. So let's give it a try. Give you a pulse. Oh good, we got another beekeeper. Okay, beekeeper went in there, cart went over there. Did it do it? Yes, it did. Okay. All right, so I'm sure there's a better way to do that. Like I could do some trickery with like unpowering this and getting the cart to go back along it. Unless maybe I can. No, I wouldn't be able to put it in from another direction. Okay, well, if you guys have any good ideas about that, let me know, please. But that'll do the job. Okay, so let's set this, since we actually have two apiarists in there, that's good. Let's set this to apiarist equals apiarist. And I'm going to set up maybe one more of these. Well, you know, we set up one. The rest will just be the same. You know, I'll put another switch track here with a detector set to another type of villager. Villager looking at me. I'm used to being me. Anyway, so maybe instead of that, we'll work on... Okay, so let's work on this. These trees are going to have to move. Let's add a... actually, I'm going to need a lot of space in this direction. I'm glad I went this far over that way now. Yes, I'm going to take down some trees. And then basically what I want is a button to pull one of these guys out. And then we can decide whether we want to keep them around or not and send them to a trading floor. And if we don't, we want to send them to zombifier. And my inventory is full. Yeah, okay. So let me see if I can get some of that set up, and then I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so this is pretty close to what I'm thinking. Let's see if this works at all. Well, it's not going to because there's no minecart on that. Okay, hang on. I need a cart dispenser. Do I have one on me? No, I don't. 1 second. There we go. Alright, so what I want to happen here is for this to dispense a cart, for it to pick up a villager, then go to this holding track, where I decide whether I want to keep them or not. Let's see if the first part of that works at least. No. Okay, so that can't dispense if it's there because it doesn't know about that. Okay, let's try moving that down because I'm doing some trickery to get that embarking track onto a slope. And oh, nope, not there. Okay, so you go here. Gonna have to do something about that because that's annoying. It's almost nighttime, so I can sleep. Okay. Let's try this again. Button press won't transfer through that, so we need a solid block here. Okay, so you probably don't have minecarts in you anymore. Yep. Okay, let's try this. Okay, that dispensed it, but it didn't pick them up because the radius was too small, presumably. Probably pick me up if I let it. Okay. Well, first, let's just see if I can do this. Okay, so if I want to say, no, I don't want to keep it. Or, sorry, that's the yes, I want to keep it lever. I'd rather have buttons here, but I can't put a button here because those blocks are occupied. Okay, so let's do that again. No, pick me up. That's not helpful. Okay, so let's give this some carts again. Pick up a villager, please. Okay, we got a villager, and I want to say no, I don't want to keep him. Here we go. Okay, so that flips. And then this would go to the zombification chamber. If it goes this way, I think I actually want a Y track here instead of a switch track. I want them to go... Wait, no. No, that won't work. Well, I have a lot of stuff to figure out here. But, okay, so I'll probably set up a better system for this, because this one's a little bit janky. That can pick me up, and yeah, there's all sorts of stuff wrong with this. But let me go, since it's nighttime, this is actually handy. Let me go see if I can snag a zombie and hand him some gear, and we'll figure out how we'll turn a villager into a zombie. So I'm going to go find a zombie, and I'll be right back. Alright, can you wear this? No, you can't. Okay, gotta find one that can wear stuff. How about you? Any zombie who can wear gear will do. Nope, you're no good. Just want to give them this old golden helmet I had around to keep them protected from the sun, just in case I want to put them in a place that's exposed to the sky. I guess I, might as well not do that. And to keep them around. Okay, angry villager zombie, you're kind of appropriate. Nope, can't wear it. How about this guy? Regular zombie? Yeah, he put it on. Okay, good. Let's pick him up. Come over here with me. And you're going to be... I'm going to give you a job. Huh, this guy's minecart is floating. That's weird. Alright, so if I just set this guy down right here, let's see if he zombifies this guy while he's in the minecart, once he loses interest in me. Go get him! 4, 5. Okay, 5 hits and... Ooh, okay, so that's good to know. A villager gets out of a minecart when they're zombified. Alright, so let me... I'm going to kill this guy. Let's... Oh, well, alright, you'll be holding rotten flesh now. Let's get this guy into a minecart if we can. There we go. Okay, good. So maybe we can keep our villager zombifier zombie in a minecart and have the other villagers go by him. Yeah, okay, this is looking good. Okay, can I pick this guy up? Nope, got me. I wish I could have one of those marking tracks just pick up specific entities. Okay, so I want you to go this way. If you're close enough, will he attack you? He's on me. Okay, if I move up here, be interested in that villager. He's not interested, or he can't get at him. You still on me? No, he's not on me anymore. Can you guys fight each other? He's looking at him. This probably doesn't work if they're both in a minecart. So what if this guy's not in a minecart, but the zombie is? Come here. Okay, I'm gonna set up a. Let's see. Let me set up a little place I can set him where the zombie can reach him. It's probably run off by now. Okay, so I need some tracks for this. Okay, you get on that track. Sit right there. I can't place a block there, dang it. Okay, what about here? There we go. Can't place a block there either. Fine. Alright, so we're going to set that villager inside there, if we can. Come here. Okay, just dangle him in front of the zombie, and... No, the zombie can't see him like that. Okay, so I'll set you down right here. How'd you get out? Come back. Hey, don't run off on me. Let's make this hut taller. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. Climbing the tree. Oh, come here. Come here. Come on. Stop running away. Okay, let's see. I'll stand right... Oh, hey, right here. And put you down. Okay, zombie is not interested in me. Doesn't seem to be interested in this guy either. Okay, so maybe the zombie can't be in a minecart. If I take him out of the minecart, is he immediately going to go for this villager? Oh, he got out. Come here. Wait a minute. Why is breeding on? Whoa! Breeding should not be on. Oh, that guy was up high and he could see the doors. That's a problem. Okay, so we have to keep the villagers below. Oh, we do. It's just because I had him with the portal gun, I think. Okay, so we have to make sure a villager is never higher than that. Okay, I'll have to be careful about that. Breeding will toggle off again in a moment. Where's my zombie? Yo. Stop paying attention to those guys and pay attention to this guy. I think he's going to be fixated and won't even... Yeah. Okay. Man, this is tough to do. Alright, so for one thing, a zombie has to be far enough away from all the other villagers that he won't fixate on them. So let's... I'm going to have to figure out exactly how far that is. But let's just set up another chamber like this over here. And just in case that was throwing off our test, we'll get the zombie back into a minecart again. And see if there's any way I can make him hit that villager. Yep. So minecart here. Zombie. We'll go in it. So I'd really like to keep the zombie stationary. Look at him waggling his legs around as I fly him. That's funny. Okay, you go in here. And, of course, you're going to jump out. Should have learned my lesson the first time I did that. Okay, you go in here. And this minecart needs to move. How can I make that happen? Can I push it? Oh, dang it. Okay, push you in there. So you're in. Now, villager. You're still in here, right? Yep. Yeah. This guy moves his legs less than a zombie does. Interesting. Alright, put you right in here. Come on, zombie, get him! That zombie. What a slacker, man. He just can't, doesn't want to do anything when he's in a minecart. Alright, so let's take out the minecart, make sure he does his job then. If I can find a way to do that. Can I hit it through here? No. Of course he jumps out. Okay, I know you want to get him now, right? Okay, yeah, I can just hold him there, but that doesn't directly help me. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more experimentation and find a design for a zombification chamber that's going to actually work. I'm sure there's a way to do this, I just can't come up with one off the top of my head right now. So, we made some good progress on this building. Maybe I'll leave it at that for the moment. We'll do some more later. But let's look at another project real quick. Alright, Rain, I've had enough of you. And in a moment, should clear right up. Okay, so what I want to do... Yeah, there it goes, I think. Did it just start raining again immediately after I did that? I thought I saw the sky get darker. Okay, it was misleading. Good. So what I want to do right here is I'd like to go ahead and finally do something I've been talking about for a while and replace that... Oh, let's get this out of my inventory. Replace that Steve's Carts tree farm with a forestry multi-farm. And, oh, there's a couple of more blocks I need for that. I have them in here? Somewhere? I know I have them. Here we go. Gearbox, hatch, valve. And, of course, we're going to need an aqueous accumulator, which I have. Beautiful. Yeah, because we had one from our boiler test over here. So I'm probably going to have to change the layout of this a little bit. Let's see. I want to shut this guy down. Let's just do this for the moment. Disabled. And since you're disabled, I can probably pick up all your saplings. Yeah, so I want to put a multi-farm in roughly the same location. The pumpkin farm here is probably going to have to move. I have enough pumpkins for a while. I'm gonna get rid of these. They've been there forever, but I guess we'll be digging up the ground, so I have plenty of dirt to do that with in a moment. Actually, yeah, let me get this space cleared out, then we'll look at... Interesting, that takes longer to... Whoa. Really? Better give it back to me. Weird. Don't know why that's so slow to mine. Okay, let me get this cleared out, then we'll look at what we need to do to set up a multi-farm. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, axe has efficiency 5 on it. That's great. I think that gun might only make it might only be very temporary with its rain stopping capabilities, because usually when I use it, the rain comes back again pretty quickly. So as soon as it's nighttime, I'm just gonna sleep and get that shut off. Oh, that's pretty funny. Something I totally forgot about was that this cart was running on the charcoal that was produced from the furnace that I took out a couple of episodes ago, and this was all it had on it. So it still had some to keep running, but it was just about to run out. So, oh, that's wood. Okay, the charcoal goes there. All right, so that's cleaned up. We're going to take out this track and lay down our farm blocks. All right, this looks just about right, I think. So let's give this some hydration. Let's see. So yeah, that's going to be... Yeah, it's 4 tall, so aqueous accumulator will go here. Now, I don't want this to take a whole episode like that orchard we set up. I want to do this quick. We know what we're doing this time, right? So give this some water. I'm using this... oh, that's not quicker. Using this advanced diamond drill because my pick was just about broken, and again, same problem as the sword. I didn't really have the levels to fix it or make a new one. But yeah, it works okay. It's not fast on stuff like ice that doesn't... Well, ice should be, but for some reason it's not. For which a pick is not the fastest tool to break it with, because it doesn't have any enchants on it. You know, an efficiency enchant will have a small effect on... What am I doing here? Hatch can go here, and gearbox can go here. We'll wire that up later. Efficiency has a little bit of an effect on the on things which things for which the tool you're using is not the ideal one. It just doesn't have as great of an effect as on stuff like stone there. Oh, hey, does this... No, it doesn't instantly break stone. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I really prefer pick just because efficiency makes it go so much faster. I guess I could put efficiency on this. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I also have to keep my jetpack on. I prefer some chest armor that gives me a bit more protection. So, yeah, I'd rather have a pick that'll last a bit longer without my jetpack or some other battery-powered thing on. Okay, cool. So by default, this is a managed arboretum. I'm not sure what that means by managed. There's also manual farms. I think, let's see. So this thing probably needs, well, it certainly needs power. I don't know if it needs humus or, like, I got the impression that maybe it turns dirt into humus by hydrating it or something. Hang on, how do you make humus? I think it's, okay, give it compost. Yeah, we're probably going to have to give it some of that. Okay, we'll try that if it doesn't know what to do with dirt. Because, yeah, I haven't used one of these things before. Right, we're going to just grab a redstone energy cell for the moment to power it up and see if we can get it to do its thing. So right now, we're just going to have this thing growing plain old oak saplings. We'll breed up some better trees for it later. I want to... That's why I'm doing some tree breeding out there, because I want to get the sequoia tree, because they're extremely tall. I want oak trees or lime trees. I don't know which, one or the other, which... you know, grow fast, produce lots of apples, and produce lots of saplings, so we'll have more stuff to ferment. Because, you know, these still spend a lot of their time empty. Oh, hey, let's see how much this has got. Ooh, that's done a lot. Cool. Yeah, so from this stuff and this stuff, boy, not much of that, we can produce this stuff. So, and I think the soul bees are going to be the way to do that, because they've already produced more than half a stack of, or sorry, more than half a barrel full of soulful wax, which will turn into quite a bit of soul sand. And soul sand also gives you oil when you centrifuge it, I think. Is that right? So we get a little bit of bonus oil from that. Yeah, oil cell, 1 per 16, and oh, yep, I'm poisoned, and 4 saltpeter dust per 16. Okay, cool. But let's just give this a little bit of power right now. This is the wrong spot for power. Let me in. You go here. And yes, okay, so it's outputting stuff. Okay, so that's planting. Yeah, see, that's planting dirt as humus. And I assume it's using... Oh, no, it's using its fertilizer to do that, because, right, that's the that was part of the recipe. Okay, I think if I leave that block off, it'll just ignore that space. All right, let's give you some regular saplings. Where do I put them? Here? Or do they need to go here? Oh, yeah, they need to go there. Okay, good. So there you go. Oh, it ignores that whole... Interesting. Huh. Okay. Cool. So I think that's really all we need to do here, other than, you know, pipe the stuff out of the hatch after it chops a tree. Can I don't know if it's possible to bone meal these. I think it's not when they're planted on humus, but let's try it and find out. Yeah, I seem to remember that being the case. I wonder if a lily pad of fertility will affect them, and if it does, if it would have the same problem as... Oh yeah, I can bone meal them. Good. You gonna chop that down? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Yep, there it goes. Cool. Great, so there's the output slot. Oh, okay, so we have to deal with sand coming out of this thing, and we have to feed it dirt. Of course, we also have to feed it fertilizer, so... Yeah, but really, that looks like a great little tree farm. I might make it bigger if this doesn't keep up with our output. But yeah, the main reason I wanted this over the Steve's Carts tree farm was because I can use forestry trees with it, so I can breed up a better one that is taller, so it gives me more wood. Wood's actually the thing I need most here. Drops more apples. We actually are well set on apples, but maybe we could even take down that orchard, because let me show you just how many apples I have right now. That orchard wasn't running for a while, and I have that many apples. So 230 stacks, that's way more than I need. I mean, that'll go a long way in the fermenter. Like, they'll run out eventually, but it'll last a while. And yeah, also drop more saplings to ferment. So more wood, more saplings, and in order to do that, I'm going to use... You going to pick that up? Yeah, there it did. And it planted it somewhere. Good. Yeah, in order to do that, I'm going to use a specially bred tree. But anyway, I should probably call it quits right about here. Is there anything else I need to do before I wrap this up? Don't think so. Oh yeah, I got some cross-pollination going there. I actually realized that I wanted my pollination bees not to have an increased territory. So, funnily enough, I'm using the default territory serum on them, and they're done. So those are ready to pollinate my trees much more quickly. Let's see what I actually put on these. So yeah, I think these are all ready to go. So I'm going to be, for my tree breeding area, we have celebratory bees, which produce nothing, because I just don't want to deal with any bee products. They have 2x fertility, which might as well be 1x, because that never produces any new drones. So we don't have, we have no waste. They breed, I get 1 drone and 1 princess back, and nothing else, and we put them back and do the same thing. They have default territory, so they're not going to, you know, basically I don't want trees like these to be cross-pollinated, or, you know, those that grow over there, and these already got a couple of leaves somehow. Yeah, I just want to confine this to one area. So, what else? Anything else notable? They work in the rain, they work at night. They don't need to work in a cave, because I'll have them outside anyway. And yeah, I should give them an explorer effect at the very least. Just so that I'll get a boost while I'm around them. Yeah, let's do that. Might as well. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna get these bees going, get the get the trees that I want bred up so we can plant them over there. And yeah, we'll figure out the next step of our villager breeding thing next time. So, oh wow, this is all new. This wasn't happening before. Yeah, so I think those bees, when they were running with the maximum pollination, they were reaching all the way over here, because like the territory is multiplied by several times. I think it's maybe 4 times each of these, for the purposes of tree breeding. So yeah, that's why I wanted to be sure to confine this to the smallest space. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode.